Welcome back to the channel. My name is NutRaisin. Let's play a bit more of PLO, and right now it's PLO MTTs only. Almost done setting everything up. So apparently we're playing a PLO 8 tournament. Since, you know, it's only 2020, who can expect Party Poker to have a filter to filter out PLO 8 tournaments? Thank God it's only a $3.31. And I have very little idea of what I'm doing on this. But we got some interesting ones as well, happening already and also coming up. And apparently, I noticed myself, the weekend has been more taxing than I thought, judging by the deep sound of my voice. Voice? Oh well. Voice. Voice it is. Right. Let's see. Well, we got the mistakenly registered PLO 8 here. Probably not gonna last very long. I did manage to take down one bounty, so in the $11 beat, the second bullet took a pretty sad bad beat. With the aces, flop was like 6 deuce deuce, and another guy called and he made a backdoor. There was already one. I could have tripled up there. Could have collected 2 bounties. One guy was already all in. The other guy made a runner flush with like a really strange hand. But hey, man, I mean, that's PLO MTTs for you. And then we have the 11. Wait, that's not there. Then we have the $11 KO on stars, and we have a $5 Omaholic on natural 8, and there will be the $22 coming up. First of the 22s that I sold action for. And that's pretty much the deal. Also sitting on run and ones, trying to get a game going. Man, I would love to. I would love $4 bounty. You know what I'm actually gonna call here? It's obviously a pretty stupid hand. If this guy raises, I just wasted 3.5 BB. And that's not gonna do me any good. I don't know, the 412 kinda were a little bit too tempting. Probably shouldn't have been tempted there. Which I wouldn't have said had I won the hand. Alright. Alright, so as I said, 2 more tournaments coming up at the full hour. I'm just realizing I don't have any cash games up right now, so if when the break comes upon us in like 6-7 minutes, I'll actually take the break since I have nothing else to do. Or nothing else to show on the screen in the meantime, rather. Yeah, but no cash games to be found on the site I want to be playing cash games on. I guess we could... Nah, never mind. We'll play some... what's it called? Zoom. Whatever the equivalent is on Party. Just so we have one table happening in the meantime. Alright, took that one down then. I feel as if I've forgotten to do something. Whatever it is, it'll come back to me. I don't know, man. It's PLO 8. What the hell do I know about this game? It's probably not an opening hand, right? Which is probably going to be true for all the hands I'm going to open. Unless we flop like this. Well, wow, I think the high should be good for us. That's the thing, right? There's a thing called the high. Like the high end and the low end. You disappoint me, dealer. You disappoint me greatly. And we're gonna call here. I made a pretty wide play. Fuck it, you know what? I don't really care about this tournament at all. since I really don't know how to play it. Somehow we have probably more chips than we had before. I don't know what's happening. Some of you probably do. And here we make the straight. The Pokemetrics OMFG in the house. Good to see you guys. Hope the week is starting off all right for you. Shout out to the Pokemetrics. Although I'd rather give you a shout out a little bit later. Because right now there's really no one to shout you out to. So we got this, right? Which is maybe a hand? I don't know. We're going with it, right? There's a bounty there, and we have some... Man, this feels like playing PLO for the very first time. I have no idea what's happening here. If any of you can give me like a one paragraph crash course for high load, and please do. Wait! I flopped a full house. I didn't even notice. Okay, some things are happening, and we are probably out of this one. Okay, sure. You can save that one paragraph thingy there. No, hell no. We're not going to enter this one. You crazy? Okay. Now the raining season is starting in Germany for reals. Good for us. We're gonna be mushroom hunting soon, if this keeps up. Nice. Unless you think anything weird, my dad is an expert in mushrooms. We just go for regular mushrooms. You know, the kind for eating and enjoying. Well, that also sounded kind of weird. But without any side effects, basically. Wait, where's my... Why do I look so small on the... Oh, because the cam is too high. Alright, that's better. Alright, so second bullet in the hybrid... Oh, that's a... No, it's not a hybrid, it's a turbo. Yeah, so we're not gonna go for another bullet down the road in this one. See where this one goes. Yeah, nothing happening on Rio yet. Fine and well. Growing... Lily being the cat, for those of you who might not know. Growing up something fierce, and she fully made the house her kingdom, or her queendom, I guess. So she's a very... She's the perfect family cat. First of all, she doesn't want to go outside. With how Garfield died, I'm perfectly happy that Lily doesn't want to go outside. And she also, she does her tours around the house, so she spends a little time with everybody in the family. Pretty neat. Oh, she's doing great. Thanks for asking. Aces in the $11 on stars. I think we want to still open for pot here for now. Mistakes I sometimes make, not opening for pot when we're still deep. On the other hand, I'm doing quite well opening smaller, even in the earlier stages of the tournament. But obviously on this board, this is quite neat. Get a call there, that's nice. And calls in 2 spots. Alright, I think we just pot this turn then. We don't cover him for the bounty, sadly. Do cover him. Alright, that's been a big one. Make it a safe river. Don't want to get 2 callers and have the 7 of spades show up. So, thinking deuce of hearts. Oh, that'll work. Just ended right here. Perfect. And I visualized the deuce as well, didn't I? Alright, well, we're gonna fire a second bullet in this one. 75%, not enough, huh? I see how it is. Yeah, I did. I have to tweet at Party Poker today, like, please add a filter for this. Can't believe you don't have one already. So far, luck is not a word I would use to describe how the day has started. That was pretty sad, and a pretty sad beat in And an earlier bullet in the other $11. Oh well. I think we'll have all the run bet here and have all the run bet in the $22 coming up in a few minutes. Works for me. Good to hear the beak is starting off alright, OMFG. Alright. That is pretty neat. Not quite sure what to do. Just jam it here and hope nobody has the queen 9. I think we do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow. Well, that was $22 well spent. All right. Oh, the break is on. All right, let's play some cash games in the meantime. You could. Be prepared though, for the first couple of months you will have to invest a few hours every day playing with her. Or ideally get another cat. That'll take care of that as well. Ace King 8-8 offsuit. I have no idea if that... Not offsuit rainbow, if that would be a raise in the cutoff. I don't have to talk to my table positioning software for a moment. King's pretty good. Apologies in advance, the table could jump around for a moment there. Tables. And so it did. Let's put this back here for now. Actually, let's put it over there. Also somebody waiting in PLO 20 on Rio. Maybe we'll get a game going there. No action on Rio just right now. Well, at least not in the PLO streets. Let me double check. No, there's one guy waiting at PLO 10, PLO 20, and PLO 200. There are 14 entries at no limit 20 and 8 at no limit 4. And it is double splash the pot day, so I would be very interested in playing more cash games on Rio today. That's a good story in Pokemon. I keep reading stories like this. Every once in a while you read something like this that somebody accidentally wrecks a high-low and just takes it down having no idea what they're doing. Maximka, hey, good to see you. Why didn't I bet? I guess we're still gonna bet now. Yeah, I'm going for it. I'm open sitting at PLO 10. I prefer PLO 10 over PLO 20 right now with the tournaments going on. But either would be fine. Liquid check. Oh, never mind. I think I like bet folding more. The king is still gonna call sometimes. I don't know about these right now. Oh, just let her go. 2 players waiting now? That might be it. If you joined, then yeah. That will make it 2. Alright, tournaments are back on. At least the first ones, so we'll ditch this. Need to do some shopping beforehand. Yeah, sounds good. I wrote a letter to my... Yeah, I know what it is about. It's about the payouts for the home game. I'll get around to doing that later. I was away for the weekend. I do remember your name, Maximka. Do notice that this last Friday was the last of these tournaments. Future home games will happen on Run It Once. And there's not going to be a tournament with real money prizes on stars anymore going forward. A pretty big bet to call here, honestly, with the gutter and the flush draw. We make our flush. Let's hope it's a good thing. Might not be if he bets again. Wow. I think we beat here, honestly. The way he played his hand. And he's not checking turn leading out a worse hand on the river, I reckon. Certainly not for pot. So, the last tournaments that we're gonna wreck in this session have started. Among them, the $22 bounty hunter here. Starts off with a pretty small field. But on the flip side, it's also over quicker. Wow. All right. Oh, this guy was almost all in. That I hadn't noticed this guy being in here. I don't know if I would have called, maybe. Guess it's a good thing I didn't. So, we've got the third bullet and the $11 here. We got the first bullet and the only bullet today and the $22 here. We got a $220 bounty. All of these are bounties. One more bounty down here, the $11 on party. We're in for the second bullet. Sorry, this one. And then we have the Omalik 5. Start. Pretty crappy hand for 1 BB more, but as a rule I don't fold for 1 BB or something like that, and the smaller big blind. Unless I'm really short. Sadly no, but you know what, maybe at some point we'll come up with a second day of the week where we can have a little home game on the side. I don't know. Because it would eat into the time I could play on other tables. I have to see. Rickology, thank you very much for the follow. That's very kind of you. No, but I'm looking forward to it myself as well. Especially looking forward to being able to have a beer in a home game again, which probably won't be this week either, right? Since no, it actually will be. Yeah, cool. That'll be much more fun. Probably not good for my results, but should be good for yours. Queen Jack at 4 might be a little bit close, especially from the cutoff. And a jack, so there's that. I guess a 9 would be a good card. Lion Hippie! Hey, good to see you. Hope life's good. And a King of Spades. Pretty sad looking card right there. Straight, got called with a nut flush, alright. What the fuck? This tournament just started and this guy's free rolling and sitting on 400. He must have won a, like a 4-way all in or something. Holy Schmidt. Good for you. That's gonna be annoying if this guy keeps opening a lot of hands, which he probably will. We get aces in the $11 bounty battle. Alright, you guys, come along. Let's do this. We do cover him, I believe. Does we put out half a BB? I think we do. Alright, let's go. He has to win one with aces. Alright, let's go. Good start. How about another 3? 3, 3, 3. I think we still win this. Nice. This guy has a BB left. Alright, neat little triple up there. Gonna call here as well. Obviously with 2 bounties at risk. Okay. Turn to open ender. It's gonna be enough. Let's Well, it's kind of in a dealer's hand at this point. See what this guy does. Checks it. Okay, checking bricks for me. Here we have 2 pair of flush draw and a gutter. This guy pots. It pots it really quickly too. I think we have to call down. Well, I don't know what to have, but I think I'm going to. Yeah. No. Nice hand. Wow, yeah, that's crushed. Coming and going. Alright. dudes, that is annoying. They get a giant cookie. They've been pretty meh. Yeah, I've been there for a large part of this year as well, so I know how that feels. I got nothing right now for I'm Durar. What happened here in the end? Gosh, this guy. Wow, I don't know what he was doing. But maybe he does. So if we bust all these tournaments, this might be a short stream. There will be one more tonight, but let's not call it a night prematurely. We're still in this at 4 tourneys. Sort of a semi-interesting flop, I'd say. From a very old movie. Ah, then I'm out. The old movies that I watched in my, my childhood and my youth, those I watch in German, then it probably won't translate over at all. So I'll put it up to you, chat, to figure that one out. Doing okay now on the 11 Hyper here. But wait, no, Turbo. Not Hyper at all. Monty Python? No, I got nothing. Got something here though. I fill up, and here, well, we're gonna have to get it in. Hopefully not against an ace-8. Oh, that's a good... Wait, no, that's a horrible hand to get it in against. So we get an ace or a 6, we're out of this one. Alright. Wait, sorry. Where'd that go? Okay, so we took that one down. Yeah, I guess we have to wait for some cash games on the side, and for now only have 3 tournaments. Stallone, is it Stop or My Mama Shoots? I don't know why, but that was the first association. But all of these, as I said, I watch in German. Queen Jack 10 and a 22. Not too bad. Bit thin to re-raise here. If you're breaking even an NL50, you're not doing bad at all. You're beating a pretty huge rake. I think NL50 is among the biggest rake traps on quote-unquote, I've heard. So some coaching might really help you out there. Yeah, Rambo doesn't. Oh, then it could be Stallone. The Judge Dredd, or what was it? The one where he gets frozen? Not Judge Dredd. The one with the 3 seashells, where he gets frozen for a while. Yeah, the 3 seashells. Alright, I can't remember the name of the movie right now. Demolition Man? King's down there. Which one is this? The 220, alright. Checking sounds good. It is Judge Dredd. Okay. Blank, I'm only 28. Fair. Wait, what's the right button here? I mean, I almost wish I was still in there. I guess now I really do. Nah. A lot of bounties up for grabs though. This guy's gonna call out, of course, so is this. Interesting river. Leaving this guy really short. Please don't raise. Only one person in 10 years? Really? You need some older friends. That was to the jacks and the $22. Gotta teach class. See you later, Delar. Or I'm Delar. Delar? Wait, that sounds weird. See you later anyway. Have a good day teaching. I'll actually go back to teaching a little bit on my side gig in the community college tomorrow as well. Which I'd entirely forgotten about when I put out the dates I would be playing the Stake 22s on. So I'm not gonna be playing those tomorrow. Here, which was just a 220. Alright. That's an interesting flop, and here we're gonna go and actually bet and get it in if he can, must, need, whatever, and go for a second bullet. That's a nice turn. Cool. I'm sitting at PLO 10. Actually. Okay, how about another 6? 5. That's what I thought. No, it's not. It's what I hoped. That's a nice hand to win. With actual rakeback would be better on ignition. Ugh. Yeah, that's a pain I can sympathize with for sure. Straight down. I have to call 825 bounty. Holy shit! Which means we also probably even have to call it if this guy squeezes, which would be super. No. Let's not go there. Just hope he doesn't. $825, 515 bounties. We covered this guy as well. This is not the greatest hand, but let's hope the dealer is on our side here. If he reshoves, man, I don't know what to do. He can do this with so many hands. There really aren't many good flops for this. This might be a bit too wide, but I just got tempted by the 825. Just maybe even reasonable to do. And he does do it with any old crap. Note to self. And we got some PLO 10 going, although the third guy hasn't joined yet. Here, 2 pair with the blockers. Honestly, I think we go for the bounty here. He's not going to be able to knock us out. That's it. Something going our way. Good stuff. That was in the $11. Nice. Glenn, so that would be you. Good luck, OMFG. Turn the flush draw as well. I don't think we can fold at this point anymore. Not heads up, maybe. I don't know. I don't know enough about heads up to be able to say here. I do know that we have a top set over here. We'll be covered for some nice bounties. Just calling suits me fine. And we get a hand that we're gonna go with into 22 now that we are really short. That's a really sad turn. Alright, let's go. Quads. Quads are gonna do it for us. Alright, let's go. Never be us. A little bit back in this one. Tank way too long here. Well, maybe not. Did you maybe turn queens full? No. Good luck and fart. I know you're using Google Translate, so I'm not quite sure what you're saying. But I appreciate the good lucks, man. Thank you for that. The bottom set on a pretty wet board. call for now. You save turn, all things considered. You know what, I haven't played... Now looking back, I wish I hadn't called in that pot earlier there with the... This I'll fold, because if I call, this is not a great four-way hand here. We take it down at PLO 10 with the raise. Yeah, it's been a while since I played 22s, and I didn't immediately realize that 825 is just one step above the min bounty here. So that really shouldn't have been all that tempting. The absolute mad lad. Who would that be? Is that some guy that's sitting on one of our tables? Oh, that guy. Yeah, that guy. The guy with the big sack. The trouble, I would have called against him alone, but the trouble was the other guy sitting behind. But mad lads fits right there. Ow. Turns to fours like it's nothing. Alright, he also had a gutter and a flush draw, I guess. And this is, I really hope we get to a new table here sometime soon. Because otherwise this is gonna be super annoying to play. We're good at flopping top sets on this table. That's for sure. In this case, even top full house. Turn with strange line hippie. Yeah, that's a valid question. That is a very valid question, why I didn't. Oh, hang on, we cover for $11 bounty here. Gonna get that bounty, are we? And we're not getting moved off of our $22 table. Oh, there's only 2 tables in the tournament, so obviously we're not getting moved off. Another big stack to our left. This is gonna be annoying. Oh well. I do have a relatively solid cash, short stack game in general. Yeah, I did block 10-8 and a lot of turns make straights, as that turn did with whatever the queen rolling off or what it was. So that's a good point. Raising is pretty sweet there. Also gonna raise here. Wow, really? Alright, good for you. Alright. Still the 825 bounty there. That looks okay. I think for the sizing we just jam. Hope for the best. Good luck us. Wait, how did we win this? Oh, I didn't even see we had 2 pair. Holy fuck. Shit, man. I noticed that I'm not hungover from the weekend or anything, but don't have my head in the game quite yet. And well, either he's gonna double up or the bounty is gonna disappear. We are not able to compete here, or are we? No, not really. So you can just jam over and they can play it out just right and proper. Doesn't really matter that we would have, could have, should have flopped, okay. Can't really do it with this hand. Asking a little bit much. So this guy keeps doubling up, and so do we. So we always keep covering him, which is kind of neat. Bounty involved. I think it's okay. Oh. Flush draw as well. Take this one down, which is really neat. This gets so strange if he raises. Frankly, I have no idea what to do, but with the bounty, I think we just get it in here and hope we're not dead or drawing to one out. Alright, get lucky here. I consider that very lucky. Now we are really back in this thing. All right, good. Why does this guy plays? I think there's a little bit of a different spot. Fucking hell, never mind, I take it back. He's giving my hand back. Actually, never mind, you can keep it. Never mind, it's fine, you keep that hand. Seven-handed, oh god. Well, actually no, oh god, it's not like we're really short anymore. It's actually fine. Being on this table three-handed now. Okay, so the mad let us right this guy plays. Right. And we quote unquote are on the final table. But late rec is obviously still on. So gonna call, we still have the gutter to the nuts as well. Check on this run out too. So what's the deal? We are... We're second in chips. Cover one guy for the minimum bounty. And this guy is pretty active himself. Gee, I think that used to be my old maniac tag. You know what? We're actually chip leading the $11 turbo now. Pretty good. Big part shaping up over here on table 2 into $22. How do I get the HUD on Rio? You go into the options and turn on Hero IQ. I'll put it in the chat so you don't have to wait. Turn the queen. normally a fold against this guy. I think if we flop anything decent, we hold on tightly and go with it. But that's not what's happening. Yeah, it's just 3-betting pretty much relentlessly at this point. Okay, it's kings and queens versus aces this time. Flops the king. How dirty is that? Good for you, mate. Into 220. Can we still rebind this one? I think we can, right? 2 pair for the bounty. All right. It's a rather nice hand in a tournament we're chip leading in anyway. Aces, queen 10 double. Doesn't matter, money goes in. Another 9. Nice flop for you, man. Rich get richer. Wow. Let's go for the 412 bounty. The flush for the... Oh, we're free rolling him so hard on this turn, man. That was insane. Put a small one down here. Got this going on as well. Places get paid in the $11 bounty. Payouts have just been posted. It's also a nice river there. Bet here on the basis that he checked into us twice. And just so you know, OMFG, if you mouse over the hero IQ, the built-in HUD basically is going to appear always. And once you enabled it in the options and you have 10 hands on your opponent, it's just going to be here without mouse over. Ace is over here, eh? Fine spot to bluff down there. Here we go on the 22. The bluff worked at PLO 10. Ooh. Can we go for the triple up? King. That'll work too. That will work. Ooh. All right. Wow. Wow. I might just shove here for 962. Yeah, I will. Come on. Hold it. Another five of hearts. That'll work. 962 in bounties. Free rolling this shebang. All the chips back in our corner. That's how I like it. Awesome stuff. Which means we are re-rolling this thing now. And probably close to chip leading it again as well. Shazam. Shazam. Whew. What a nail biter, that flop. He raises, we're gonna re-raise again, call his shove obviously, and fold if one of these guys reshoves, which is not what's happening. Alright. Ace versus kings. Another deuce. Another deuce. Or a six. That's not gonna do it. Some sweaty moments so far. Could be worth a thought flipping it in here. Nah, probably not. Here in this table, I'll refrain from opening hands like these that I normally would. Not with this guy sitting there. At least for the most part. Ace is over here. Well, why not? Shove. Do it, beats. Do it. Then you go for the reshove, no? Okay. Ah, fuck! I think I did this wrong. I think by 0.1 BB, we're not going to be able to reshove here. Okay. He's just staying out of it, huh? You're really this serious about it, huh? That is annoying. Okay. The Super Splash Day really hasn't made itself felt yet. It was one of the first splashes I even remember seeing today. But hey, early days. But you know what, there's a somewhat moderate chance that at some point we can have more chips than this guy, which would be awesome. You know, given the way how wide he plays. Might not be entirely unreasonable to assume. With top pair, backdoor flush draw, this is something we're certainly going to call for. And with the bounty, we're gonna call it as well and rebuy. If we get it in, which we want on this board. Off the bar, doing pretty well. Thank you for the good lucks. Recently, that has worked out reasonably well. The beginning of the stream was kind of meh in that regard. A few sad beats here and there. But hey, what else is new? Hope your week is starting fine as well, my friend. I'll take this run out then. Yeah, I had a fun weekend. Did not return from it hungover this time around. So all is well. think I can even raise here sometimes. Kings in a 22 and a middle set and a flush draw and a gutter here. All right. Should have led here as well, I think. Well, actually, no. We don't block an ace. Ooh, it's gonna be our moment of truth, I guess. Okay, here as well. Here we have full house, gonna bet. Continue with this hand. And here, take it down with the bluff on the other table. This guy puts us all in. Well, here we're gonna be the ones going all in. That's a good turn. That's a good river. That's the flop, checks the turn. More straightforward situation against other players. I think we have to give it some credit. See, bet into this guy as well there. Board of 17, getting close to that money. I was getting close to that break. Actually, really close. But that. Wow. Flop set over here. Very good. Nice. Alright, break's gonna commence at the moment. This guy could just hurry up a little bit, that would be sweet. Alright, I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
next line level is 255. Savages.
2.5 million, 5 million, 360, 2.5, 7. So on.
Sam limping in from the small, Jack 3, and yeah, King 5 in the big. He's happy to see a flop. Ace 7-3, Sam pairs his 3. And bets 5 million into 12. And there with King high. Surprised him to take one off here. Does have backdoor straight draws. He's going to let Sam get away with that one. Every pot's so crucial for Sam.
At the end of this level, we have a scheduled break and scheduled chip race of the 100 value chip. Are you okay with removing them, or you want me to remove them?
No, removing them is not the easiest, right? Oh, thank you.
If you like.
Antonio, you've been great to us though. I mean, honestly, you've been really, it's nice how you know what you're doing, but you also like with us. It's been, honestly, it's been such a pleasure.
Like getting rid of the 1 million chip. It's good.
Yeah, that, and also that's like,
What would have been better
you don't normally see people do like think, oh, we got a problem to solve it. So.
I hated it from the start when I saw them, and I said, I tried to fix it because I'm not comfortable with it.
Yeah, you don't want to have a disaster on the line.
There can be any mistake. It doesn't matter if it's a live table or not. Any mistake is exactly for anybody. Yeah. Okay, so good job.
Better solution would be to buy chips that don't look like.
Sam on the button, 8-9. He's gonna raise it up. NEO with King Deuce. Peter defends Queen 10. King 8-3 favors Sam. He pairs the second card. And his C-bet is going to take the pot down. And yeah, continue with Salt.
Alrighty, so middle of the field here. A few more players entered. 10 players now among us. Maybe I'll have to reschedule the 22s to play the evenings. Such a small. This field is a bit smaller than I expected. In the 22, I will figure it. I'll figure it out. I guess if he calls, we kind of maybe want to call as well, but not for the 344. We actually cover for bounty. Never mind. I was gonna say we're gonna call you for the min race. Obviously not for that. Could be a big pot coming up if this guy shoves. If he doesn't. No. Holy shit, this guy needs a different tag, man. There's his min open there. I'm not sure what's going on at all. Such a nice hand in the cash game. I did indeed. It was a pretty okay weekend, so to say. Can't complain. Good to hear. Happy to hear it after party. Did a good one as well. Queens and eights. Sounds pretty good. Gonna rejam. Oh, hang on. Please don't jam any of you. That would be super annoying. Wow. The wow being, you know, if this guy now jams. Let's see. Please don't, sir. Okay. Nope, that's not gonna do it. This is such a weird bet by this guy, but we don't really have anything. This guy raises shocker. All right. Pretty frustrating tournament, this 22 so far. Courtesy of Pobodenos. I.e. this guy. No. We saw a knockout in the $11, getting us ever so much closer to the money. And here we see a fold. Not sure about this call here pre. Don't think this guy has raised such a terrible so very often right now, up until now. God, I can't talk today. Actually, with the Ace of Hearts, what's our stack? Oh, so slightly above starting stack, we could still rebuy and do okay. Please fold, thank you. That's alright then. Pretty short now on the $11. I think mostly self-inflicted. Hi there.
Out in stormy weather, I might have the blues, but nothing ever stopped me from dusting off my shoes. You might think you'll see me
That works.
falling to the ground, but I threw up my umbrella when rain starts hitting down. On a bad day, on a good day, I don't need no sunshine, 'cause I'm dancing with
Kings. Alright.
you. Will see me running, thinking I might be insane. I don't need no sunshine,
Here we go.
you keep me going strong.
We could chase relatively light here.
Happy face to keep me moving.
Oh, come on. Ace King deuce. Well, we're out of that one. Made a little bit of a profit, at least for this bullet. I think we've been in this for more than one. Oof. Okay. Let's see if we can convince folks to add another table. In the cash games, at least. Partially back, gotta make some fried rice. Have a good dinner, my friend. Or lunch, I reckon.
No one ever stopped me, not even Uncle Sam. Life might be a struggle.
It would be so sweet if this guy rejams and they get it in pre and he wins.
Show the world that I can make it right. On a bad day, on a good day, on a bad day, rain keeps raining.
Come on, play a big one, guys. I have to take a break now. Fair enough, fair enough. Cheers, though. How are you doing so far? Looks like you're doing alright. Definitely sitting on more than your starting stack. Wow. Talk about killing a board. Holy Schmidt. Like, what could people even bet right now? Since we have everything. Oh, apparently something. Yeah. Have to call. We can't really raise. What is going on? We found a nice hand in the $11. It doesn't really matter, but I'm just gonna call. I would hate to lose this guy. He has to have like either deuces or tens, right? I mean, fucking hell, what's up with this run out? Shouldn't be many better hands in his hand here. Five four, something 5-4 with hearts. I think is more likely than the king queen. Alright. Yeah, damn it. That's a good feeling when you call your opponent's hand to still call. Aces. Right on. I said, please let me see the turn for free bet, but seeing that I checked the flop, alright, still gonna go for it. We certainly do have it on the flop. We certainly turn kings there. I think the bet is alright, or the raise is alright. Oh, this guy's saying GG. That's not a good sign. And still hanging on for dear life in the 22. Not dead last though. Yeah, that's it for the cash game. Seems you have only 2 tables going for us right now. So it really might turn out to be a short stream. We'll see. I have to figure out what to do about the 22s, if maybe I want to play those in the afternoon. I think the next 22s in the evening. At 8 or something? Queen Jack 9-8 versus the raise needs to be folded. Even though those guys are going to be raising really wide. Not folding for 1 BB more, just something I stopped doing. Which in general, like generally speaking, works out okay. All right. Here we go. Well, maybe. I'll take a 4. Certainly take that. And we did get a call from the Queen Jack there. And gaining some extra chips in the process. I think OMFG just took a break off the bar. But last I've seen, he, I don't know if he bet all in on last once. If he didn't, then he made a profit, it looked like. And this guy to the left got moved off. This is actually pretty good news. This makes no sense. But hey, neither does the limping. Well, at least not for this guy. There's limping going on in tournaments, but it's usually restricted to the cutoff and the button. Wow. Acceptable. Out of the 22, I'd say. Can't really be too sad about losing with top set. And now I'm in an awkward spot where I'm only in one $2.20 tournament, which is probably not all that exciting to all of you, I reckon. So I think I'll probably end the stream here in a minute or two. Suits me fine so far that I need to do some things this afternoon. I'll be back to not tomorrow, tonight. at 8 at the latest for with a $55 tournament on party. And there really isn't anything else going on. I don't want to play cash games on party. GG would be an option, but I would have to put money on there. Meh. Yeah, can't really think of an alternative to end the stream, so we'll do that in a moment. Let's see who's on and who can be host. So it has been a short stream, so most of the hands I played or big spots are still fresh in my mind. I'd say there's some spots, as always, where I go a little bit overboard in the bounties. I'm still curious, like, how much I'm actually going overboard in those spots in the first place, since bounties, especially PLO bounties, are largely unexplored territory. I basically found no study material for that so far. So, yeah, that's still open to debate. That being said, those spots where maybe I went overboard a little in aside, luck certainly wasn't with us today. Top set here, bunch of other spots, like a big 3-way all-in at the $11 early on with aces on a paired board where some versus 2 bounties, some guy made a run around a flush, otherwise we would have had this in the bag. A few more spots like these that I'm not going to bore you with. So, meh. That comes with the territory with MTTs. Or cash games for the matter. Just PLO for you. Let's see. Oh, there's basically only Easter dams. Oh, hang on. What else is on? Oh, sorry about that. There's basically only Easter dams to raid. Is there maybe a small streamer? Let's see. Maybe we can find a small channel. Alright. There's a small channel there. Some guy doing a back roll challenge. See what that's all about. And with that, I'll take a break for now. And I'll be back in, well, a couple of hours at 8 o'clock, which is 6 hours from now, right? Yeah, 5.5 hours from now. All right, so thanks for tuning in. I'll have to figure out the schedule for this week out. See maybe if I'll do evening streams instead, seeing that the 22s really don't have that many runners on weekdays in the afternoon. I'll figure it out. I'll keep you posted. Alright, so thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll see you tonight, maybe, if you want. Have a nice afternoon. Thanks for tuning in and keeping me some company. Until then, let's see what Peter H7 is up to on a small channel. Well, on his stream. Alright, until then, enough talking. Take care, everybody. See you soon.